Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be teaching you something about animations, but something different. In the last video, I talked about animation controllers. Not sorry, I'm dumb. Animation gizmos. I talked about animation gizmos, and I said that I would talk about animation controllers. And this is the video I talk about animation controllers. So, enough talking, let's get to it. So, what is an animation controller? An animation controller is pretty much the exact same thing as an animation gizmo, but it's a CV2. Now, if you don't know what a CV1 or CV2 is, you might be thinking like, what is these terminologies? What's CV1? What is CV2? CV1 is pretty much a more simpler version of thing. It's an old version of Rec Room that not a lot of people like and not a lot of people touch. CV2 is the new stuff, such as circuits and wires. You may see it in very big maps. CV1 is for the little stuff. CV2 is for the big stuff. So let me give you an example. So CV1, let me give you an example of how we would use CV1. So animation gizmo. You saw this in the last video. Now, to actually get it to work, we're going to get a seat. So let's do the same thing as before, POV. So we get our seat here, and we're going to place it down. Same thing as before if you remember from the last video. Don't worry about that. But it doesn't have to just be a seat. It can literally be anything. It's just I choose a seat because it's just the first thing on my favorites list. So connect it. I know you guys don't see it, but it says object added to animation. Now you're going to go to edit, and you're going to edit it. Now, let's say I do the same thing as before. Let's make it ping pong. So like that. So you only need one frame going like that, because if you do this, now you go to configure, and you're going to configure this. You're going to configure it to ping pong. So now let's say we don't want to, here, actually, I'm going to move this real quick because that's in my way. It was my streamer cam. Now let's say you guys, you're like, oh, but I want to start it with a button. How do I do that? Well, lucky for you, I'm here. So pull out your maker pen, go to palette, go to search, the magnifying guys, and look up legacy. Legacy. You're gonna see a lot of things that say legacy. Legacy is pretty much just another version, another way of saying CV1. See, a lot of them have V1 in it, which stands for CV1. Now let's get a button V1 legacy. Put that right next to here. Pull out your tools and connect. Now, there's a lot of things here like button is pressed while button is pressed and when button is released. We're going to really worry about when button is pressed and all the other ones. So you're going to hold it down and you're going to move it to this. Now it's on the play. Now, when button is while the button is pressed. So I actually think we need two buttons. So you're gonna need two buttons. So you can actually clone it instead of pulling out. So go to your tools, clone and flip, click it, and click this. Now we have a second button. So I'm just gonna put that on the side. Actually, we're gonna leave it just up here so you guys can see. So get your connect tool, and when button is pressed, connect it to reset. So now, you guys can configure it if you want. I'm going to configure it so it's easy for you guys to represent. But we're going to name this, play. And we're going to name this stop. Stop. And also, guys, I know this video is about animation gizmos or animation controllers, but in the last video, I didn't even talk about how to use it with buttons and stuff. So I guess you can say this video is like a catch-up. So here we go. So when I click play, when I click play, it sends a signal, and now it's ping-ponging. If I click stop, it will reset it. Never mind. I'm done. I'm dumb. Yeah, sorry about that. Stop. When it presses, it stops. There you go. I don't know. Hold on, give me this. I'm sorry. I have no idea what I was talking about there. Just forget everything I just said, okay? Good. Now, back to POV. So, basically, I don't know why I did reset. Just do stop. Should have been obvious. So when it plays, it plays. When it stops, it does that. That is pretty much how to do it with buttons and stuff. Yeah, so now let's get to the actual video. The main thing of them all. Where is it? I think I passed it. Where is it? Am I blind? Wait, is it actually even here? Yeah, it is. I am so dumb. I'm sorry. So, now, pull it out here. Now, this part is actually, unlike the seat, this part's actually pretty important, the animation controller, because that's what actually makes this work. So, it's the same thing as before. Go to your tools, connect, and then connect. Object Addict Animation. Now, you're going to go to Edit, and you're going to click on this. Now, you're going to notice something. This is the exact same thing as an animation gizmo. Like I said in the last video, it's the exact same thing. There's literally nothing different about it. So we don't have to go over this, which is good. We only have to worry about, oh, sorry, I pulled that out. We only have to worry about animation controller. So it is a lot better because it's a little bit more confusing, but there's a lot of cool things. So let's do the same thing we did with the gizmo. So, but instead of doing, so look up button. So instead of a legacy, a button V1 legacy, we're just going to do a regular button. We're going to place the button here, and we're going to place a button here. So this will be, actually, I'm not going to name it because I think you guys will know, but this will be our play, this will be our stop. So when this button is pressed, it will play this animation. When this button is pressed, it will stop the animation. So, actually, I'm going to add a frame. We're going to do the same thing as we did before. Frame, move the seat. It's going to be a ping pong. Actually, I'm feeling different today. Let's do this. Now it's going to do in an L shape. So, when I click this button, the animation will start. When I click this button, the animation will stop. Now I can do something like this, and you can see how it does that. It can stop anytime. So let's say I want to stop it there, or I want to stop it right in the beginning, or I want to stop it right at the end. It will always stay there. Now, cool thing is, if you press it and play, you can actually sit in the seat when it moves. Big shocker. Let me stop that. So, it's pretty much the exact same thing, but let me show you the cool functions of this. So, let me show you the cool functions. So, remove the buttons. Now, you can do a lot with this. So, let's say, there's going to be a cool thing. You guys, one of my favorite circuits you can use is called an event receiver. So, basically, hook it up to play. So, then go to your tools, configure, and configure the event receiver. So, in the event, click this. Now, there's a lot of things you can do here. Mainly, you're going to worry about player joined, player left, or player leaving, or room loaded. So, let me go through all of them. So, player joined. When a player joins, it will play the animation. When a player leaves, it will play the animation, and when a player left, it will play the animation, and when player is leaving, it'll play. Now, when room loaded is the most common thing, like the most common chip you'll see. So when you're joining a room and the room's loaded, this will send a signal which will play the animation of it doing that. Pretty cool, right? You can do that. There's a bunch of other ones you can do too, but they're not very usable, like consumable purchased or level reached, or let's say consumable use. So like if I drank something, or consumable like a backpack. So let's say this game had something like I don't know, I bought like a speed pack and I used it, then it would activate that. So there's a bunch of things you could do with this too, but this video isn't really going to be based towards circuits. I do circuits, but I'm not very good with circuits. But I'll probably do a couple videos here and there about circuits. But it was just mainly about the animation gizmo. So that is the animation gizmo. Yeah, animation gizmo. Nothing to really talk about there. Not animation gizmo, animation controller. I also noticed I stutter. You guys might notice a lot, but I stutter a lot. Now, it's not because I have like a disorder or anything. It's just when I'm talking, I don't really think. I kind of just do it. So when I was doing the reset thing, like with the gizmo, where I was like connect the stop to the reset, even though there's literally a stop right next to the start on the gizmo, that's me not thinking. I'm just doing it. So yeah, I would like to apologize for that. Same thing as before. If you guys are a little bit confused and you guys want to contact me, here's my game below. The game's published, but there's not that much in the game at the moment. The game is very bland. It's just yeah, it's just like a basic, it's just a room like this pretty much. So let me actually teach you how you can contact me in the game, because some people might get confused. So let me go here and let me go to POV. So if you go to your watch, you go to backpack and you go to feedback tool, you can pick it up and let's say anywhere in the room, doesn't matter. It could literally be up there. Let me just, and then open your watch and there's a bunch of things. There's feedback, ideas, or bugs. It really doesn't matter what it is because it's literally just like you're just giving me like it's just a way of telling me that you need help. So just do like feedback or something. And you can type something like, my door isn't working, working correctly, dot, 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 or something like that. Now, up there, it will say, my door isn't working correctly. So I will join the room and I will see this. And I will, if I will see it eventually, and then I will go and, let me pick up my camera real quick, and I will go and see that, and I will respond to you. Now, if it's something big, let's say it's something like a project or something that you need help with, I will help, but I'm not like, if it's something small like an animation, like how to do it, or you need help with the door, I'll do that for free. But if it's like a major project, I will need some type of payment. Like it could literally be like 2,000 tokens or something, nothing major. I'm not like those guys. But yeah, that's it for the video. My YouTube channel is right there. I think it'd be there, or it might be here. Somewhere over here, my YouTube channel is showing, and then there's a recent video. The recent video should be the Gizmo video, but if it's not, just watch that video, please. I really need the views, even though I'm not getting paid whatsoever. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!